My name is Jonelle Massey, and I'm from Toledo, Ohio. The process of getting a diagnosis was very much a roller coaster of jumping from one physician to the next. So going from my daughter's pediatrician, for her referring me to a dermatologist, from the dermatologist saying, go back to your pediatrician. This has to be something related to internally, have your pediatrician do all the blood work. The pediatrician would go back and say, well, go to a beautician because it sounds like and looks like maybe this is something that you're causing, your daughter's hair loss. So it was a good 5 months of just going between pediatrician and dermatologist and beautician before I got online and sought out a dermatologist who was about 2 hours away, who gave me a diagnosis of alopecia areata. And my daughter was age 3.5 at the time. I think that what prolonged the diagnosis for my child was the involvement of the beautician. And Black beauticians in our community are well respected, a trusting ear, and they're magic workers. They can do lots of things with hair. And so I am finding that in our community that beauticians are making a lot of diagnoses that are not, they're not true. They're, and coming up with their own treatment plans to fix something that's internal. And so oftentimes I feel that the African American community is not getting sound treatment because of that. We were simply told that she was too young for any type of treatment and that we needed to go about things from a psychological standpoint, meaning that we needed to put our efforts towards reducing stress in my 3.5-year-old's life. We were repeating ourselves over and over again that there wasn't any major life change. There wasn't anything stressful about this little 3.5-year-old's life. There was nothing traumatic that happened, no change in these things. And I don't know that we were ever heard clearly through that process of first trying to find a diagnosis. We began the search of finding information online. And so we decided to try to find out information for ourselves, more information about the disease and more information about treatment for young children. In that exploration, we found the National Alopecia Areata Foundation. And it was at that point that we were able to find factual information and resources that then put us in a position where we were constantly seeking out dermatologists that knew more. And oftentimes we found that we knew more about treatment, current treatment, and the diagnosis itself than most dermatologists we had encountered. So I always encourage families to get connected to a knowledgeable community that will empower your choice of how you want to live with alopecia. Whether that is rocking the ball and not doing any treatment or seeking out all of your options for treatment. I think collaboration, like willingness to collaborate between my pediatrician and dermatologist as far as sharing the results of the blood work and them working on one accord to say your family probably needs a specialist and someone who treats children in dermatology. I think that would have been more helpful. And if all of those physicians listened a little bit more about what we had experienced, once we were confident about the diagnosis, we felt like we could move forward around age 4 or 5 years old with treatment that we felt was comfortable. And it was like steroid creams. We had read online that they weren't always effective, but we were willing to try anything. And so in combination with allergy medicine, we did cream and allergy medicine for about a year or two. So during those years, my family was learning more and more about the upcoming treatments. And we decided around age 10 or 11, that we were very, very interested in starting JAK inhibitors. So after taking Xeljanz and approaching her 12th birthday, we flew out to Connecticut to see one of the leading dermatologists in order to be prescribed the new FDA drug for 12 and up, ritlecitinib. And so she was prescribed that, and we've been on that. Kayla's been on that since September of 2023, and with very good results. And so we're excited about our decision. We feel that the medicine is safe for her based on all of the webinars we've listened to and the doc talks that we've heard live in person at the patient conferences we've attended. With so much information out there, I think it's important for dermatologists to at least check in with parents to see where they are with knowing about the disease. So how informed are they? And if they are not informed about, never even heard of alopecia, so many times I hear about parents not even seeing alopecia before, not knowing what it was. And so I think it's important for dermatologists to recognize where the parents are at as far as knowing about the disease, and then direct them to those resources so that they can be more informed and collaborate better with them on making treatment decisions. And that conversation can be a very fruitful conversation if dermatologists are listening to what parents are saying and recognizing that they're informed decision makers in this process of trying to treat their children's alopecia. So before we started the process of looking into JAK inhibitors, there was a span of 3 or 4 years where we did not treat from age 6 to about 10. And that's because we decided to follow our daughter's lead. She was really tired of all the oils and lotions and attention that was taking place on treatment for her. She just wanted to do gymnastics and participate in ballet. And so, as a therapist, it didn't dawn on me right away that she needed to be a part of the process, that yes, early on she was really young, but as she got older, we needed to follow her lead. And so, not that I like it, but currently this school year, we have, my daughter and I have woke up every morning to apply a wig on her head because that's what she still wants to do and wear, even with a little bit of growth. She wants to wear a wig every day. That wasn't the case all school year. So we're continuing to follow her lead on treatment, and that has alleviated a lot of stress. It's taken off a lot of guilt on my end because it's nice to see how empowering she has been in this whole journey.